The case against Zimbabwean freelance journalist Hopewell Chinon'o is, like I said, back in court. Chinon'o and his co-accused, that's political activist Jacob Ngarivhume, were released on bail, I beg your pardon, on the 2nd of September after spending 6 weeks in detention. They were charged with incitement to participate in a gathering with intent to promote public violence. That's the official term. Newzroom Afrika's correspondent in Zimbabwe is Xolisani Ncube. He joins us now via our phone line to speak to us about this issue and many other related matters. Xolisani, it's great to have you on, and thanks very much. Welcome to the AM Report. So let's speak to Hopewell's case as a start. There's been an incredible amount of attention given to this matter. He's set to appear again in court. How do you think perhaps the prominence of the story is going to affect today's proceedings?
Well, good morning, Ayanda, and good morning to our viewers back home. Indeed, Hopewell is back in court today. Primarily, today he's supposed to get his bail. He's supposed to get his trial date. The state has to provide him with a date to say we are ready to proceed to trial as of this day. And if the state doesn't do that, the defense counsel has indicated that they want to challenge his condition to be on remand. They are saying that the case or the charges will have to be dropped. So you ask about how the prominence of this case. This case, there's a prominence assist in terms of ensuring that there is order and also the trial comes to time. Some kind of cases are normally dragged, and the person suffers pre-trial, the kind of like detention, pre-trial, challenges and trauma involved with it. And in this case, if there is no kind of like attention, that pre-trial can go on for on. A person can go for 2 years without having a trial, and the person might live with that kind of a guilty conscience to say, I have got a matter pending before the court. And if there is no kind of like, publicity.
All right, it appears that...
And for many years...
All right. Apologies there, Xolisani. It appears that we have a faltering phone line, but let's stay with you for a while if we can. Continue making your point, and perhaps let me also introduce the second issue we're hoping to ventilate with you, and that has to do with that SANDF jet from South Africa that landed up in Zimbabwe. The travel, the journey itself has been met with a fair amount of cynicism here at home. I wonder what the response has been on the other side of the border there in Harare.
Well, it's something that in Africa is very common, particularly from Zambia's perspective, to say of a party complexion. Because in Zimbabwe here, the party can decide who to engage with and tell that this is a government initiative again. But I'll tell you that the problem that we have at the moment is that it moves away from a perspective where other political players could come in and join in and discuss openly. And in this case, the opposition were made not to engage the ANC delegation. By the way, remember, before the ANC delegation, there was a state delegation led by Sydney Mfunandi and Mama Balegambete. And when they came in, they never met the opposition. And this time around, there was hope that the delegation, the ANC delegation, would meet the other parties who are very key to this issue, who are the center of this crisis in Zimbabwe. And alas, they did not meet them because it was termed a party-to-party delegation, making it impossible for other delegations to come in. And in this case, it seemed like it was just like a discussion with no impact to an ordinary Zimbabwean who was hoping for an assistance from South Africa. Zimbabwe's crisis is not controlled. South Africa basically and literally will feel the pinch because Zimbabweans will flock to South Africa, Zimbabweans will go to Botswana, Zimbabweans will go outside the borders and try and make a living. Hence, there was a hope that since the ANC delegation, the governing party, will be given a mandate by their leader to say, go and meet all other stakeholders. But as the Zambians had their way, they said, this is going to be a party-to-party engagement. In the end, an ordinary person has got no benefit to it at the end of the day.
Right. Xolisani Ncube is our reporter for us, joining us there live of telephone line in Harare, Zimbabwe. Xolisani, thanks very much indeed.